Let's see if I'm in frame. I think I've got it this time. Filming by yourself, eh? Okay, welcome back to Dazed and Delirious. I'm Chaniel, and as you can see, my better half is not with me. Matt is actually back in England. He actually did a solo vlog last week in England, so if you've missed that, I would recommend going and watching that first before continuing on to this vlog, because it'll just make more sense. He just kind of delved into what's been going on, doing long distance and all that jazz. So I recommend that video first, and then we can get started with this one. We thought it would be a fun idea for both of us to film separately and to just talk about what's been going on in our life. I have actually tried to film this vlog 3 separate times. I am here in Felicita Park, which is in Escondido, which is a lovely park. The grounds are beautiful. So I came the other day, and actually it was a Sunday, so there were so many like birthday parties and kids running around, and so that was just like not the day to film. And then yesterday I was like, oh, let's go to the beach. Mistake, because I didn't take into account how loud the waves are, and you just couldn't hear a word I was saying on the video. So 3rd time's the charm. We're gonna get this one right. So I've propped you guys up on a rock. I've tried to seclude myself away from people, so we have nice and quiet, and it's nice and ambient over here. So let's get into it. What's been going on? So as you would have guessed, like I said, we are doing long distance right now. So do bear with me as I try to navigate vlogging by myself and just getting the camera all set up. I am lucky and I got the camera. Matt didn't get to take it. But not so lucky, I don't really know how to use it. And so I'm learning along with you guys. So do bear with me as I try to navigate solo vlogging and just explain everything to you. I have a lot that goes on in my head, and it's so hard for me to say it out loud on camera sometimes. As you have seen in past vlogs, there's just a lot going on up there and I just can't spit it out sometimes. So without further ado, let's get into it. I know you're just dying to hear about our lives. I'm dying to tell you guys, I really am. It's been a while since we've been behind the camera and, you know, gotten to do this. We've been back from Asia for about 3 to 4 months now. So it's nice to be in front of a camera again. It just takes a second to get that comfortability back and to just be able to talk to you guys. So anyways, let's get into it. I've said that about a million times. We are doing long distance. Matt had to go back for visa reasons. He was only allowed to be in the States for a certain amount of time, and we thought he was only going to be gone for a couple of weeks, but nothing ever goes to plan with us in visas, as we're learning over the years. So he wasn't able to get a visa to come back. So he's over there right now, and we're just gonna, you know, do our best to keep these vlogs going. Moving forward, they're gonna be a bit different. As you can tell, we're gonna have to be doing them separately and trying our best to mesh them together at times, because they're gonna be a bit different than what we have been doing, you know, our traveling and all that. But that's okay, because it's given us the opportunity to... Matt's gonna kill me. He's gonna be looking at this vlog being like, cut, cut, cut. We are so excited because this is giving us the opportunity for you guys to get to know us more, and we are so excited about that. I know you're probably asking yourselves, why didn't I go with him to England? And I stayed for family reasons. My grandpa was really sick, and I needed to be here for him and for my grandma. And it just didn't feel like the right time to leave, and I'm so happy that I did do that. So this is the 2nd time Matt and I have had to do long distance while I'm here in the States and he's in England, both for visa reasons and, you know, just things that are out of our control. I think over the years it's really strengthened our determination, our love, and our commitment to each other, because it is really difficult. And you know, if you've ever done long distance, it's not for the weak, and you have to do it with the right person. And my God, is Matt the right person. Like, I just couldn't do this with anybody else. And I love him so much, and I'm so grateful that we get to do this together. And you know, doing long distance, like I said, it's not always easy, but he makes it so simple because he's just so amazing, and he just gives me so much love and support and kindness every single day without fail. So yeah, I couldn't do this and get through it all without him. Even being so far away from each other, he still manages to show me how much he loves me every single day, and I feel it more now than ever before. So yeah, you know, there are difficult times, and you just have to try to navigate through. And everything that we've been through with visas, and just every struggle that we've had come at us in the last few years in our life, whether, like I said, whether that's visas, van life not working out, or planning trips and planning certain things and them not following through because other things get in the way. Everything just happens for a reason, and we know that more than ever. Every single situation that's happened to us has just strengthened our mindset. If this was us a couple years ago, I'll tell you right now, we would have been absolutely devastated. I would have probably been in a really low spot, and I know he probably would have been as well. But we're just such different people now, and we're able to handle the chaos of visas and whatever life throws at us, and that feels really good. We are trying really hard to have new mindsets about everything that happens to us. Like every circumstance that may feel a little hard, we try to look at it with gratitude and grace. And that's exactly what we're doing in this situation. We obviously don't want to be apart. We hate that something above us has control over that. We don't love that, you know. Even though we're married, it's so hard for us to attain visas in either of our countries, and that's essentially why we travel, and it's pushed us to travel. Like, that's what we've been wanting to do. That is our dream, is to travel. And so the fact that we can't live in either country has just like accelerated that for us. But we still have, you know, difficulties like this. So we're really just trying to be in the headspace of gratitude, like I said, and trying to be intentional with each moment and see the good that comes from it. And oh my God, has it been life-changing. Like every single time we're down or we think something, you know, is really difficult, we think, okay, well, what are the positives that are coming out of this? And personally for us, this long distance has brought us so much closer and connected to each other. We put in the work every single day, the effort. We're healing ourselves individually so that when we come back together, we can heal more as a unit. God, vlogging is really hard by yourself. Matt usually does all the behind the scenes and making sure we have space on the SD card and stuff, and I'm having to trying to figure everything out. While also trying to stay on topic, which is really hard for me because my brain is just like so scattered. So I'm gonna try my best to continue on and stay on point. I just had to stop for a second because I had no memory in space. So now we're back. So yeah, life always has other plans. Matt and I like to say, tell God your plans and he'll laugh in your face. And it's so true, especially for our life. Every single plan that we have come up with and plan to initiate, there's always something that happens and we can't proceed with that plan. But that's okay, because it's also shown us that every single time something hasn't worked out, our redirection was just for us to gain new opportunities and things that we wouldn't have if we had followed through on that one plan. So in all transparency, I know you guys are probably bug. God. So Matt and I are not conformists by any means. Our lifestyle is very alternative to the norm, and that's how we like it. That's what we want. We don't want to settle down. We don't want to buy a house or have like a car, like a fancy car and all these things tying us down. And we just really want to travel and make content and inspire you all and just be super honest and raw about our experiences and struggles and our highs and our lows, and just capture it all for you guys. That is our dream. And so coming back from Asia and coming back off this like really high off traveling to, you know, a conformed life again is very difficult at times. You know, there's so much you can do to mentally prepare, like, okay, you know, we're gonna go back, we're gonna work, we're gonna earn this money, then we're gonna go do this, that, and that. But in life, in our life, it doesn't always work out that way. And so that was initially what we were gonna do. You know, we don't make money off of this yet. And so while we're funding our own travels out of pocket and, you know, with our own hard-earned money, it runs out. So we have to come back and we have to work to be able to keep doing what we want to be doing. So that is what we did. We came back. The plan was to work, earn some money, save a bit, be on our next merry way to our next travels. Life has other plans for us instead. So like I said previously, the reason I didn't go with Matt to England in the first place was because of my grandpa. I wanted to be here for him and my grandma and just, you know, help out as much as I could with everything that they were going through. And I'm really glad that I did. You know, everything happens for a reason, and we didn't know what we were going to do after Asia, but something just told us to come to America. And now we see. It's always funny that, isn't it? You know, things happen and you don't know why, but then later on, like, you're shown why. I want to be always transparent and open with you guys because I want you guys to see the real us, that we are normal people too. We're just humans trying to navigate this life. There's no rule book and we're just trying to do it to the best of our ability. Our, you know, videos can be deceiving sometimes because, you know, we're showing you our travels and it's always so much fun and we have a great time, but we do still have those real struggles, and those struggles include visa. Those struggles include family members that are sick, or, you know, trying to figure out what the next move is. So that was what was going on with us in this chapter of our lives. My grandpa was sick. He had been sick for a really long time, and it progressively got worse pretty fast. So he ended up passing away the day before my birthday, and that was really hard, and not having Matt here made it even more difficult. And so that was only recently. This was last week. It's actually a week that he passed away today. So it's yeah, it's still hard. But that was, you know, what was going on after Asia. If you saw us kind of take a step back from Instagram, that's why. I was primarily focused on that, and when we got back from Asia, I just dove right into work. I work 2 jobs. I'm a waitress and I am a nanny for the cutest baby ever, sweetest baby. And so yeah, my head was focused on work and trying to be there for my grandpa and just like soak up all the time that I could, while also we were trying to figure out what our next move was going to be, what our next steps are. You know, we don't have a set home anywhere because of the fact that we cannot reside in either country permanently at the moment. So it can feel like a lot sometimes, you know, when things feel like they're just piled on you. And like I say this with yeah, we just really think it's important, and we want to be open with you guys about what's going on in our lives and behind the scenes of what you guys see on Dazed and Delirious, like all of our travels and stuff. It's not always cupcakes and rainbows, and we want to be open with you guys so that you feel like you have a place or people you can relate to. And yeah, life is heavy sometimes. It is, but it's about how you pick yourself up and you move forward. And I know I've probably been really repetitive and all over the place in this video, but that's just how my brain feels at the moment. You know, a little bit scattered, but I'm piecing it back together. And Matt and I are doing it together. Lizard. Sorry. There's a lizard over here. Yeah, everything just kind of felt like a lot, as it's natural. You know, heavy times and heavy emotions make you feel like you're drowning. But having Matt, you know, support me through this hard time, even doing long distance and so far away, is everything and more to me. He's amazing, and he's just the best partner and husband I could ever ask for. And I think this time has just taught me how precious every single moment is, every single present moment, and we just want to live our life full of intention and really put in all of our love into the things that we want to do and that we enjoy to do, and that is traveling, that is living every day to the fullest, and putting our heart and soul into this channel, because we want to give a voice for the people who, you know, maybe you guys are going through the same things and you guys don't have a platform where you can talk about it, and we want to be that for you. So yeah, it's keeping these videos entertaining for you while we're doing long distance, and it's getting excited to plan our next travels and figure out what our next steps are, and it's processing grief and healing deeper parts of ourselves and just nurturing and loving ourselves fully like never before. So when we come back together and we do our travels again, we're just better than ever. And I don't know, it's just really lovely to be able to see all the good in such hard situations and tough times. And it makes me quite emotional because if you would have told us 3 years ago that we would be in this place with the mindsets that we have, I don't think we would believe you. But yeah, that is our life update. You know, we're just trying to figure everything out right now. So yeah, that has been what's been going on with us, and I think it's really important during hard times to just nurture yourself as much as you can. So that's just what Matt and I are really diving into in this present moment, is just moving through the ebbs and flows of our situation and trying our best to shift our perspective and our mindsets, because we've just learned that those slight perspective changes are everything in keeping our mental well-being so high and like in line and balanced. But to end today's vlog, I just want to leave you guys with a small message of hope or strength and love for whatever you guys are going through. I know that we all have our inner turmoil and things that we struggle with in life, and we don't always show it to the outside world because it's hard, you know. Even us, you probably see us online and we're so happy and smiling, which we are. There is that 10% where we're struggling and dealing with, you know, low days as well. And we want to be that beacon of light and that voice for you guys, because we know that not everybody has a platform like this, and we just want to build that source of connection through community and be there for one another. So I hope that we can shed some light on what we're going through and shed some light on what you guys may be going through in hard times. Sorry, I cannot speak. Because times are hard and our minds are really tricky. Our minds still love to act like a fool sometimes. They love to tell us stories and things that aren't true because we're stuck in survival mode and fear and things we have been through that our bodies just don't want to let go. But it's possible. It is. And Matt and I are living proof that it's possible. And we can't wait to delve deeper into our stories and what's brought us here, and, you know, the things that have made us who we are so that we could have this outlook and wisdom in life. And yeah, we just can't wait to share that side of ourselves with you guys, because like I said, we just want to be that support. We want to be that beacon of hope that you can get through all the hard times. You can, you will, and it'll be okay. So, to end this vlog, I just want to say, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for continuing to support us, loving us, and cheering us on from afar. And we just appreciate it so much. You know, it's really good to have people in our corner, and just to see you guys active on our accounts, Instagram and YouTube. We appreciate all that support so much. So if you want to continue following our story, see our next travels, and just see how we get on doing this long distance and this new kind of vlogging, please like, share, comment, and follow below. We appreciate every single one of you so much, and we are so happy to have you guys here on this journey with us as we progress and just grow this following. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Don't know, but I'll see you guys soon.